Imagine the dead of winter. Frost cracks along window panes. The wind bites through your coat and your heater is blasting. But somehow you're still shivering. Now imagine your grandparents without electricity, without insulation, without modern heating, sleeping warmer than you are right now. How is that even possible? What did they know that we completely forgot? For the next 15 seconds, consider this chilling truth. Your ancestors survived winters that would shut down entire modern cities. And they did it using methods so simple, so quietly brilliant, that modern science is only now catching up. Welcome to the overnight warmth rule, the principle grandparents never broke. Before we dive in, make sure to like, share, comment and subscribe to The Hard Past. Every winter survival trick we explore comes from real history, so stay tuned. Step back with me to 1692 New England. The wind shrieks outside, ice crawls across window panes, and one gust could snuff out a candle in seconds. There's no central heating humming in the background, no electric blanket waiting beneath the sheets. Yet, somehow, families slept in enveloping warmth. They didn't turn on a thermostat. They mastered the microclimate. They didn't just fight cold, they engineered comfort with science their minds could barely name. What they did was simple. They heated people, not places. And this principle became the cornerstone of what we now call the overnight warmth rule. Part 1. Priming the biological hearth. The first phase of the overnight warmth rule was what we can call metabolic priming. Our ancestors knew that stepping into a cold bed was a recipe for misery. Warmth had to be prepared before sleep. Enter the 17th century warming pan, a polished copper or brass pan filled with glowing embers from the fireplace and slid between the sheets. This wasn't just a tool, it was a nightly ritual that turned freezing beds into radiant pockets of heat. Some warming pans were treasured family heirlooms. One in the Rosenberg Library even belonged to John Proctor, a man executed during the Salem witch trials. Even in chaos, the human need for warmth persisted. Over time, safety concerns led to changes in how people kept warm. Hot sand began to take the place of embers, and soapstone replaced metal pans. But the underlying principle stayed the same. Families learned to focus heat exactly where it was needed, on their own bodies. Nothing was wasted on heating empty air. The guiding idea was simple. Heat the person, not the room. Once warmth was created, the next challenge was keeping it from escaping. That's where wool comes in, the unsung hero of what you might call the textile fortress. Unlike cotton, which soaks up moisture and actually pulls heat away from the body, wool traps air, breathes, wicks away moisture, and interestingly, even generates a gentle warmth as it absorbs vapor. To put it in perspective, 1 kilogram of merino wool can produce as much heat over 8 hours as a low-setting electric blanket. Wool wasn't just about insulation. It was, quite simply, about survival. Across the frontiers, in the Arctic, and out on windswept hills, families, explorers and shepherds all trusted wool, not just for comfort, but for life itself. These days, modern bedding often falls short of the overnight warmth rule because synthetic fabrics trap moisture and mess with the body's natural ability to regulate temperature. So, following the wisdom of our ancestors, layering wool right against the skin and over bedding helps create microclimates that keep warmth stable all night long. Part 3. Architecture of sleep. You know, heat alone wasn't enough. Where one slept mattered just as much as what one slept on. Canopy beds, which are often dismissed today as mere luxury or decoration, were actually advanced thermal engineering. In those drafty medieval halls or colonial homes, thick curtains would enclose the sleeper, trapping warmth and recycling breath in a small, controlled microclimate. Privacy and safety, well, those were just secondary bonuses. This room within a room strategy could transform a freezing chamber into a cocoon of comfort. The canopy bed really demonstrates that survival is as much about spatial design as it is about clothing or fire. Part 4. Global Masters of the Rule. The overnight warmth rule, you see, wasn't limited to Europe or early America. Across Asia, humanity developed heating solutions focused on people, not rooms. In Korea, the Ondol floor system channeled smoke and heat from kitchen fires beneath stone floors, turning the surface into a thermal battery that radiated warmth through the night. Japan invented the Kotatsu, a low table with a heat source underneath, covered by a quilt. Families would gather their legs under one efficient heat source, sharing warmth and, well, creating a social hearth. In Afghanistan, the Corsi used a central pit beneath blankets to concentrate heat where it mattered most. Across continents, the same principle emerged. Efficient, localized, human-centered warmth. Part 5. Modern science and microclimates. Today, sleep science confirms what our grandparents practiced instinctively. Microclimates govern rest. Researchers now describe 3 layers: the mattress skin microclimate, the pajama skin microclimate, and the skin duvet microclimate. Wool mattress pads stabilize moisture and temperature at the surface. Loose natural fiber garments maintain the optimal pajama layer, and a well-layered wool blanket creates a thermal cocoon, keeping temperatures between 31 and 34 degrees Celsius. This aligns perfectly with the ancestral methods of layering, priming, and concentrating warmth. Conclusion: bringing the rule home. The overnight warmth rule isn't a relic, it's a blueprint for modern comfort. Stop trying to heat entire homes all night. Focus instead on warming your body, creating microclimates, and building layers that breathe, trap, and conserve heat. Invest in wool blankets, prime your biological hearth with warmth rituals, and construct your own textile fortress. Your ancestors survived winters that would freeze whole cities today. They did it with ingenuity, precision, and a deep understanding of human biology. And tonight, you can reclaim that same warmth. Which part of the rule will you try first? Share your experience in the comments and let history guide your sleep. If you've learned something new today, hit subscribe, like this video, and share it with fellow history enthusiasts. The past isn't just a timeline, it's a manual. And sometimes it holds the key to living warmer, wiser, and better right now.